Barack Obama, he has more ties to the Epstein files than Trump. Not that it matters, because the Epstein files are a stupid distraction. I do have to report on them because they're trying to use them as a weapon against Trump. So I'm going to defend him, showing how the Epstein files is the worst thing for the Democrat Party. It is only done by Democrats for Democrats. Welcome to Doug in Exile. This is where the happy patriots are. And by the way, the Epstein files thing, it's a giant nothing burger. It doesn't mean anything. It will never mean anything. It will go away as soon as everyone gets tired of it. But conspiracies, they almost never go away. Look at how long the JFK conspiracy is. In general, where there's no news and no new facts coming out, people just fill in the details with their own head. I don't want you to fall for that. So I'm going to give you first the news on how the Democrat nightmare is that these files end up getting unloaded, because all it shows is all their donors giving to Barack Obama, and Barack Obama even, and Hakeem Jefferies working with Epstein as a billionaire, trying to get money out of him to run for the Democrat Party. That's the news. I got a lot of other news, but this is tearing the Republican Party apart. It's tearing MAGA apart. It's tearing culture apart. And so I don't want something as stupid as the Epstein files to tear America apart. I'm only telling everyone out there going, well, we have to release the documents to get to the victims. There are no victims. I'm going to show you video of how it's not that there are no victims. There almost certainly are victims. It's there's no more facts encased in those documents that will come out and help victims. That's my point. Okay, first up, this is on our headline, Barack Obama being involved with the Epstein files from Right Angle News Network. Breaking. A newly revealed email, so that's something new, shows that Democrat funding group Dynamic SRG contacting Jeffrey Epstein in 2013. So this is still 12-year-old news, guys. I'm sorry I didn't report on this in the last 12 years, but to promote then freshman Congressman Hakeem Jefferies. Wow. Calling him, this is Barack Obama wanting some money for Hakeem Jefferies, calling him Brooklyn's Barack. He's Brooklyn's Barack. You know, he's a young black guy, so close enough. We'll just call him Barack. He's black. He's got big ears, and he's a socialist. So now he's Brooklyn's Barack Obama, while urging Epstein to support a major Democratic fundraising push. So we're going to look at this document here, and it's very small writing, so I'm going to show you. Let's see. From Leslie Joff, 2013 email forwarding a rising star, importance high. Begin the message. This is how people would reach. This is to Jeffrey Epstein. Okay. Dear Jeffrey, we're thrilled to announce that we're working with Congressman Hakeem Jefferies, one of the rising stars in the New York congressional delegation, sometimes referred to as Brooklyn's Barack. He's a staunch supporter of President Obama and a progressive choice for the people of New York City. Now, is Hakeem Jefferies going to talk about that when he claims that it is Trump trying to cover up for the Epstein files? And New York One did a profile piece about his work on the vitally important Budget and Judiciary Committee in Washington. You can watch the video here or read the text below. So they set up all this news for Epstein, who's a dingbat, to try and just shake money out of him. Hakeem is committed to electing a Democrat majority in 2014 and in announcing encouraging his friends to participate in the DCC fundraising dinner with President Obama. There's another mention. Notice it's like Obama is so favorable to someone like Epstein that's how you get credibility for Hakeem Jefferies, for Epstein to pay money to him. This coming Monday night, shoot us an email, give us a call. There's the phone number if you would like to get involved with the dinner or would like to get an opportunity to get to know Hakeem Jefferies better. Did he get to know Hakeem Jefferies better? How much better did he get to know him? Did this involve a steam room? He's an impressive guy who will be a progressive voice in New York policies to come. I'm just saying, look at the language in this letter. It's so obvious. The Democrat Party used Epstein as a bank account to support their party. He's not in bed with Republicans. He's in bed. He's a normal Democrat pervert donor. Now, here's Caroline Levitt, new from President Trump. Trump's finally conceding, going, fine. As I said on Friday night aboard Air Force One to the fake news media, House Republicans should vote to release the Epstein files. Now he's in agreement with Thomas Massie. Because we have nothing to hide. And it's time to move on from this Democrat hoax perpetuated by radical left lunatics in order to deflect from the great success of the Republican Party, including our recent victory on the Democrat shutdown, the Department of Justice. So Trump's going to release all this stuff thinking it will make it go away. Little does he know it will not make it go away because of the faith in conspiracies of conspiracy theorists. Justice has already turned over tens of thousands of pages to the public on Epstein. And did anyone get any information? No. Are looking at various Democrat operatives, Bill Clinton, Reid Hoffman, Larry Summers, etc., and their relationships to Epstein. And now we know Hakeem Jefferies. And the Oversight Committee can have whatever they are legally entitled to. I don't care, all caps. All I do care about is the Republicans get back on point, because this is a huge distraction and a giant nothing burger, says Uncle Trump, which is the economy, affordability, where we're winning big, our victory on reducing inflation from the highest level in history to practically nothing, bringing down prices for these. So he goes through all of his accomplishments, stopping transgender for everyone, and nobody cared about Jeffrey Epstein when he was alive. Truth. And if Democrats had anything, they would have released it before our landslide victory. Truth. Some members, in quotes, of the Republican Party are being used, in quotes, that being Thomas Massie, Marjorie Taylor Greene, all these right-leaning, Matt Gaetz, Anna Paula Luna, the more right-leaning conspiracy-minded people are being used by the Democrat Party. I want to make sure that you and I are not being used to weaken and harm MAGA. And we can't let that happen. Let's start talking about the Republican Party's record-setting achievements and not fall into the Epstein trap, which is actually a curse on the Democrats, not us. Make America great again. I just want to clarify this, guys. There's nothing in the files that Congress is voting to release. There's nothing there. Everyone knows nothing is there. You've been lied to, told something is there. They're going to release all these documents, and the nothing burger is going to go out into the public, and not one new piece of evidence is going to be exposed. And you're going to be encouraged by the Democrat Party and Thomas Massie to continue to believe. It's a faith. It's a religion by now. To believe there's something. Well, they gave us the 50,000 documents, but it's after the 10,000 documents and the 20,000 documents. But somewhere there's some piece of footage that we still haven't seen. There's some document out there that will expose and save the children. Bull! I'm calling bull on this now. People have promised me facts, information, pictures, videos, names, haven't seen it. I swear if after Congress votes to release this stuff and they finally do release it, there'll be nothing there, is my prediction. Here's Thomas Massie over the weekend.
Yeah, I don't have to guess at what's in the files. I've talked to the survivors through their lawyer, and we know there are at least 20 people in those files. There are politicians, billionaires, movie producers who are implicated criminally, who haven't been investigated.
And a magician's in there. Well, let's see the names, Thomas. I'll believe it when I see it. Until then, I'm going to call you a liar. Because he doesn't know the names. Hey, release the names. He could release the names if he knows them right now on TV. Move your mouth, use your brain, say a name. One name. Give me one name. He talked about magician. He said there's a Hollywood producer. Name the name. You won't name it.
And it's up to the FBI, not the survivors and the DOJ, to release those names, or at least...
No, it's up to you, Thomas. Or you're part of the cover-up. Why are you covering up for? That's what we're going to hear about Trump. Why are you covering up for? Say the name. You won't say it. He goes, I'm not going to say it. It's the FBI's job. It's Kash Patel. Now he's going to throw Kash Patel under the bus.
To investigate them. And when I see Donald Trump announce a bunch of investigations, I don't see him going after these rich elites that are implicated in these files, according to the survivors.
According to the survivors, by the way, who were liars under oath. Very shaky testimony. testimony, the survivors. Here's Michael Tracy. Massie first said he was going to read the names of the pedo traffickers on the House floor. That's what Massie said, based on a list given to him by the survivors. So he allegedly has a list of names from the survivors. Now he says it's not his responsibility of the survivors to give the names, so he'll just vaguely accuse unknown men of committing unknown crimes. See that? Name a name, guy. Get your manhood on. And he said he would name a name on the House floor. And he didn't. Why? Here he is on the floor interrogating Kash Patel. Big man, go after Kash Patel. Thomas Massie just grilled Kash Patel's FBI in an attempt to cover up the Epstein files. So this is how right-wing media then falls out and tries to pin it on Kash Patel for not naming names.
Director Patel, I watched some of your Senate hearing yesterday when Senator Kennedy asked you've seen most of the files. Who, if anyone, did Epstein traffic these women to besides himself?
This is where Thomas Massie said he would name a name on the House floor. He did not name a name. He went and interviewed the victims. Name a name, big man. He's all, no, I'm not a big man. Kash Patel's a big man. He should name a name.
Replied, according to the transcript, there is no credible information that he trafficked them to anyone else. You also said somewhere in the hearing and here today that the problem is that the case files are constrained by limited search warrants from 2006 to 2007 and that the non-prosecution agreement hamstrung future investigations. Those constraints only apply to the Southern District of Florida. They do not apply to Southern District of New York, the location of the 2019 sex trafficking indictment, which produced many things, including a series of FD 302 documents. According to Vic.
I just want to explain to you guys how the reason why it's not simple, everyone's like, hey, it's simple. Why not just release the files? Do you hear all these rules that he's having to quote? It's under this rule, this NDA, non-disclosure agreement, 2007, this warrant, this whatever. All these rules are conflicting. I don't now comes your faith in your belief system. If you believe in conspiracies and you believe there's dark forces and Jews controlling everything, then you already can conclude, I say it's a bureaucracy that is accidentally protecting Epstein even after he's dead.
Victims who cooperated with the FBI in that investigation. These documents in FBI possession, your possession, detail at least 20 men, including Mr. Jess Staley, CEO of Barclays Bank.
There's a name, Jess Staley, CEO of Barclays Bank. What did he do? Did he traffic children? Say it. Massie. He's just going to go, there's a vague name. I found a name. That name has been out.
Who Jeffrey Epstein trafficked victims to. Victims including minors, such as Virginia Roberts. You free? May she rest in peace. That list also includes at least.
Okay, we have a name. Go arrest him. Go try him. That Jeffrey sent a victim to this big New York banker.
19 other individuals, one Hollywood producer, worth a few $100 million.
If he's worth a few $100 million, then you have a name. Give us the name. Read it on the House floor like you said you would.
Prince, one high-profile individual in the music industry.
Who?
One very prominent banker. One high-profile government official.
Name him.
One high-profile former politician.
Not a
one
name.
Owner of a car company in Italy. One rock star. One magician.
Not a name.
At least 6 billionaires, including a billionaire from Canada.
Very easy.
We know these people.
Canadians, I knew it.
Exist in the FBI files, the files that you control. I don't know exactly who they are.
Well, oh, thank you, Thomas. A producer worth hundreds of millions of dollars, but I don't know any names, so you don't have any facts. Give me a name and give me a fact, or quit tearing MAGA apart with lies that imply that you know something that so far no one has seen. I'm only saying, where's the evidence? Where? I'll believe in UFOs. I'll believe in little gray men. Show me the body. Show me the body or shut up.
But the FBI does. Have you launched any investigations into any of these people, and have you seen these 302 documents?
Sir, I have asked my FBI agents to review the entirety of the Epstein files and bring forth any credible information, and we're working with Congress not only to divulge that information and produce it to you, but any investigations that arise from any credible investigation will be brought. There have been no new materials brought to me.
No new materials, guys. It's old. Now, the only question is, I'm a conspiracy theorist too. I don't know why Thomas Massie is conspiring against America. Maybe the Jews got to him to tear MAGA apart. Maybe the Democrats, maybe the socialists, maybe Soros is giving him money. See, that's a conspiracy. I have no evidence. That's my mind and preferences filling in facts for you. Those are not facts. Now, do you believe Kash Patel here, who says there's no new evidence in any of the files, but they are being investigated by his things? Now your mind is going to fill it in. You either believe, and my gut believes Kash Patel is an honest man. Your gut may tell you something different. But that's all a conspiracy theorist is talking about, is their gut goes, well, my priors are, I believe Massie and I don't believe Kash Patel. He's Indian. He's married to, I'll show you them making fun of his minority wife in another video later, that's supposed to make him suspect, that he has a minority girlfriend or fiance or whatever tied to the Jews. So now this is not about what Kash Patel and Thomas Massie are saying. It becomes about what you and I believe. And I don't want you to join a religion that says, I believe Thomas Massie and I don't believe Kash Patel, and somewhere there's a secret force trying to block these names because I know they're really there. That's a religion. That's not a fact.
Launching a new indictment.
So is the loophole here, or is it your assertion that these victims aren't credible, that the 302s maybe didn't produce credible statements that rise to a probable cause?
It's not my assertion, sir. It's the assertion of two different United States attorneys' offices from three separate administrations who investigated those same materials in lifetime.
Are the 302 documents in the FBI's possession?
They reviewed all that, yes, sir.
And so have you reviewed those 302 documents where the victims name the people who victimized them?
If I personally know, but the FBI has.
So how can you sit here and...
The FBI has read the list of names. That's what Kash Patel just said. There were names. He has not personally read them, but he has a crew of people that have read them. And he said 3 administrations looked at these names and decided not to release them. Again, if you're a conspiracy theorist, then you have to believe that they knew that Epstein was guilty and didn't release these names. Or they believe that whatever it is about these names didn't rise to a level of guilt. That's what I suspect is why they didn't release them. I don't believe there are 500 people looking at these names that want to protect a scumbag like Epstein when they can get clicks and money by releasing the names. And the Jews don't have that kind of power over us to say, don't you, the Mossad will be finished if you release those names. Not true.
And in front of the Senate and say there are no names.
I said,
I named one today.
I said, we are not in the practice at the Department of Justice, FBI, of releasing victims' names.
True.
That is not what we do. We are also
true. Officially not a job of the FBI to release names. It's actually Congress's job if Massie can get a name. Why not just repeat the names that the alleged victims told him?
also not in the habit of releasing incredible information. That's not what we do. But multiple authorities have looked at the entirety of what we have.
Okay, I got to move on.
Multiple authorities looked at it and did not find the information credible. That's why it didn't get released. Unless you're a conspiracy theorist, and I'll get into that today. Guys, I'm trying to open your mind up and liberate you and free you to think using the facts we know instead of a belief system for which there's no hard evidence. And if you're a conspiracy theorist, I usually don't even argue with them. It's arguing a religion, okay? Here's Rep. James Comer, just released in the New York Post. House Republicans circulate Epstein files memo exposing how Democrats are more focused on pushing an anti-Trump narrative than delivering justice for Epstein's victims. This goes to motive. You have to know the motive of why all of culture is trying to get you to obsess on the stupid Epstein files, because the Democrats do not care about victims. So that's why I'm explaining what Trump means by Thomas Massie is being used. And I don't want you and I or my channel to be used, even though I get clicks, if I pretend like I care about Epstein. Here's Scott Jennings on Marjorie Taylor Greene.
I do think it started with that political engagement. When they sent her that poll, that's when you start to see everything change. She opposed the president on his Middle East policy, attacking the Houthi rebels, attacking Iran. She's opposed the president on deportations this summer. So she has sort of become a policy opponent of the president, but I think it really all started with that political engagement, and now she's one of his most frequent critics on some of what I would argue has been his biggest successes this year. And if you want to count yourself as an ally of the President of the United States, it's not great to go out and run out to The View and other places and crap on him 24 hours a day. I mean, that's essentially what she's become. It's a well-worn path. A lot of other Republicans who've turned on the president have done that too.
But
that's a very good point he makes. That explains why Trump came after Marjorie Taylor Greene, hammer and tong. Now, I'm going to have to save this one for the next episode, guys. It's getting too long, but we're going to be doing this all day. Next episode coming up, for reals. You're going to love it. Thank you for watching this one. Subscribe if you haven't. I will free your mind with facts today. End of day today. I'll convince you why we're done with Epstein. Marjorie Taylor Greene's wrong. MAGA's is in great shape going forward. I'm Doug in Exile. Subscribe.